Welcome to our pilot study, a web-based genomics training for parents of children with autism spectrum disorders. Our training modules begin with a few questions to determine if parents can participate in our study. Parents were then asked to fill in a pre-survey regarding their previous knowledge on autism, genetics, genetic testing for autism, attitudes towards genetic testing for autism, and intention regarding genetic testing for autism. We also collected the parents' demographic information, as well as information on their child with autism. After completion of the pre-survey, a series of 5 modules begin.
Our entire educational modules include 5 sections: who, what, when, where, and why.
Each module will state its unique objectives. Module 1 explains the basic information about autism, the diagnosis of autism, and parents' experiences with having a child with autism. In this module, we invite 3 parents from the local autism community in an interactive conversation.
I started to notice that he would not respond to his name.
Repeating the same thing.
So my youngest son was not meeting all the milestones.
And what age was that when you started to receive a diagnosis or you were referred out for an autism?
Like 4th grade.
Although children with autism may face many obstacles, they are still capable of achieving great things.
So how do you deal with college life? Like eating around a bunch of people?
Well, I try to go to the dining hall at off times, like at 4 o'clock is a good time to go to avoid the crowd.
So now can you tell us what great things are happening in your life now?
I'm doing radiation research for ECU right now.
Right at the end of Module 1, we asked parents to take a post-survey related to the information presented. This post-survey contains questions identical to the pre-survey.
Welcome to Module 2. What is genetic testing for autism?
Module 2 shows an actual dialogue that occurred between our researchers and parents using animation to get the viewer to think about what genetics or genes means to them.
What does the word genetics mean to you?
It's like a trait for someone. Like if I suck my thumb and I have a child that sucks her thumb, that's like genetics, right?
The scripts in this animation are direct quotes from our previous autism research. It was a study exploring parents' perceptions, attitudes, and intentions regarding genetic testing for autism. Through these individual face-to-face interviews, we found that parents lack knowledge about genetics. We then listed parents' commonly asked questions regarding genetic testing for autism. We also provide the possible answers to those questions afterwards.
Thanks to technology, scientists can study the tiny genes inside the cells of a human body. Think of your human genome as a giant library. There are 20,000 books. These books represent the genes within your genome. When there are books out of place or missing, that would be a mutation.
Now that Module 2 has ended, the post-survey was taken by the parent.
Welcome to Module 3. When should I consider genetic testing for autism? It is important to consider the official standards of genetic tests.
Sometimes, parents find it hard to get prepared for clinical genetic testing for autism. So in this module, the steps to preparation and resources regarding testing were shown.
Information about insurance. The Affordable Care Act of 2010 covers the 10 essential health benefits. In some cases, this includes genetic testing. Welcome to Module 4. Where can I get genetic testing for autism?
This module addressed the question of where. Therefore, genetic testing centers in North Carolina were shown. Because modules 3 and 4 were brief, the post-survey questions were given as one.
Welcome to Module 5. Why might genetic testing for autism be beneficial or stressful?
In this module, it is important that participants begin to think about what stressors they might face when being genetically tested, along with the benefits. A short skit is incorporated to demonstrate what some of these stressors and benefits might be.
You have done this test, both of you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So maybe you can give me some of your opinions and some of your thoughts.
We got Derek tested and found out that there was a genetic link to his autism. And ever since then, I can't help but think that it is my fault.
So I actually had a different experience, but I also found that there was a genetic link to my child's autism, but actually it made me feel relieved.
The participant has completed the final module. The last of the post-survey questions are now answered. We would like to thank the parents of children with autism who participated in our study, as well as the autism parent support groups, organizations, and public school teachers. We would also like to thank the Simons Foundation. Without their support, none of this would have been possible.